Welcome everyone to What's Left podcast. John here with Jake and Brad. We are the punk rock garage band podcast, adding our voice to resistance as loud as we can here on the Derealization Nation Media Network. Guys, it's been, as usual, a busy few days. A lot to talk about. Definitely want to keep talking about the Sascha Riley thing. I'm not going to let this just fade off into the news. They, I believe, is the proper pronoun, were brave enough to share their story, and we will continue to talk about details as we learn them. There is a lot of audio there. We have some new stuff. Continue to vet it, keep an eye on people who are vetting it. But let's get started there. Let's start with the allegations of Sascha Riley. For those who don't know, Sascha Riley is a veteran sniper of the Iraq War. They uh, alleged to have been part of the Jeffrey Epstein, Donald Trump child abuse ring. They alleged to have been forced to perform in child pornographic films, which their friends and which were searchable and findable. Their friends knew about them. They have talked about this openly on the internet in the past already. But due to the slow release of the Epstein files, felt it was necessary to sit down with the reporter and tell the whole thing. So this is Sasha, who goes Sasha Barrows here. Um, this is from 2022, just to show that they have been talking about this for a long time. I was trapped as a child. Sometimes it was a high-profile person. They would kill the child prostitute, either by the high-profile person or by someone else would do it for them while they watched. This is from August 22nd, 2022, alleging the snuff films back in 2022, and how to catch people up, it's 10 to, he alleges at least 10 to 12 that he knows of snuff films, which are pornographies that end in the death of the participant. Um, and Also in August 2022, it's a power thing for them. After you've killed the elephants and lions and such, what's left? They would pay money and they could do whatever they wanted to one of us. The rich people were by far the worst. This is just incredible that this was just like we were talking about before, that it was ignored for so long, and continue to be ignored. He talked to Oklahoma police. Go ahead and give us the next slide, Jake. And he has even like the card of the policeman he talked to, and the police and everybody they know that those videotaped deposition is in the possession of the FBI. Um, and so they allege that there is corroborating evidence for all of this as well. So three of the friends I made while being trafficked didn't. Sammy make it, I believe is what he's trying to say here. Sammy, Sarah, and the little freckle-faced girl we affectionately call Peppermint Patty. I don't remember her real name. Didn't. I hope they all get exposed. Those girls deserved better. This is from August 14th of 2022. We've got one more, I think. Yeah, so this is a picture of his adopted parents. His adopted dad was a pilot who worked for Trump and Epstein. He alleges that his father participated in all sorts of criminal activity, up to and including murder and cover-up. Um, these His adoption papers are in his media. My dad, William Kyle Riley, picture below, adopted me to abuse. I was abused physically, sexually, emotionally by both he and his wives, one of whom, Lynn Riley, killed herself when I started talking about it. It's taken me a long time to talk about it. Thank you for being supportive. Wow. Again, from July of 2022. The adults in his life just failed him over and over again. And this is the adoption papers of what she was talking about. My POS adopted father's name was William Kyle Riley, lives on Redbud Road in Ranger, Georgia, just out there living life. There's there is a co-conspirator right there. There is a man not being arrested right there. There's a man not being questioned right there. This is a disturbing detail too. One of the pornos they made me do is called Betty Davis Eyes. It's online. My old buddies used to give me a hard time about it. So it was readily available and used even in his adulthood. by others. Guys, before we go to the next pieces, how about we pause there and let give you space to throw some thoughts out there.
It's disgusting that people like William Riley exist.
Yeah, Jake, you can kill the uh, that one. Thanks. Yeah, it's wild to me that his dad is still out there, and it's not. I don't know if it's evidence or not, but Jake, it seems weird that his one of his adopted mothers killed herself when he started talking about it.
Guilty.
Yeah, for sure. All right. We have a little summary of some notes from the audio. It would be the ones with the red highlighter. These are not my notes. These are notes from another investigative reporter. Sasha describes Trump as someone who likes to destroy. This is from the testimony from the tapes that are available on Substack. Sasha describes Trump as someone who likes to destroy people physically and emotionally before or during an assault. He says Trump enjoys destroying a human to the utmost possible. He takes pleasure in the act of suffering played out in any institution he is a part of. Sasha recalls thinking that Trump wasn't just a client, but rather a facilitator with 5 to 7 other rich and powerful figureheads. He wasn't just a John visiting the island as a client, which is, sort of corroborative of what we know about Trump sending girls to do massages at Jeffrey's house in Florida.
The more stuff comes out, it almost feels like Epstein was the fall guy for Trump. Like, obviously, it was Epstein's island, but like some of this stuff is just like, oh,
Yeah,
Donald Trump sent them directly to the island. Oh,
yeah. It is kind of
here's
wild, isn't it? Like the not just enablers, but like these people you had to know. I mean, Lutnick let it loose. He said, I met the guy one time and I knew he was fucking weird. And so like you have all these people that spent all this time with him. And then you have this one relationship though with Trump is clearly different than the others. It's clearly different. Um, what Sasha says about Epstein is someone who worked for and not the head honcho. Well, there you go. And not the head honcho. Epstein was like the general manager, and Trump was the owner. Beneath Epstein were people working for him to find runaways. He describes also Jim Jordan as a young man participated in an event that claimed that if you could catch and pin Sasha, you could do anything you wanted to him. Oh my God. Sasha said Jordan pinned him and severely beat him and sexually assaulted him in front of around 30 people. Jim Jordan, of course, is a member of Congress from Ohio. He's also in very on lots of very important committees. Uh, he has a wrestling history. Yeah, he has a wrestling history. He's a fucking wrestling coach at the Ohio State University, where he covered up the sex abuse of over 100 boys.
yeah. It almost sounds like we're seeing a pattern out of Jim Jordan here.
Yeah, for sure. Andy Biggs beat Sasha almost to death at a party where Sasha was taken from station to station to be beat and raped. I'm going to read that again. Sasha was taken from station to station to be beat and raped. Sasha recalls his dad and Andy fighting and Andy saying something like, "Well, you said I could do whatever I wanted to him." And WK responding, "I didn't say you could fucking kill him." He is now a U.S. representative for the state of Arizona. He's running for governor, I believe, as well now. Andy Biggs, pretty big mover in the Republican Party.
Have they started investigations on these people?
You know the answer.
I think not.
Oh, interesting. It's just crazy how people can come out and say something and it's just not looked into.
Not looked into. Uh, it's boy, these kids, and this they knew this, like they knew they have a target. These are sick fucks. You know what I mean? They're targeting runaway children, targeting kids that no one is going to miss. Um, and it's just absolutely vile. and disgusting. But, you know, I'm not willing to not believe this time. We've seen with R. Kelly, and we've seen this pattern over and over and over again with these sex abuse victims trying to tell us that they are sexually abused, and media and everybody telling you to call, don't overreact, it's just ridiculous. No, fuck that. These people are twisted, twisted. Jake, give us the last one. So this is just a list of settlements that Donald Trump has made in the past, and this make a lot of sense now, considering everything that Sasha has said. Michael Parker, 10 years old, oral rape, Mar-a-Lago. Trump paid his parents $3 million in 1992. Kelly Feuer, 12 years old, $1 million in 1989. Allegations of forced intercourse in Trump Tower, New York City, New York. Charles Bacon, 11 years old, $3 million. Allegations of oral and anal intercourse, 1994, Trump Tower, New York City. Rebecca Conway, 13 years old, intercourse and oral sex, Trump Vineyard Estate. I'm not going to keep going. I can't do this. I can't fucking do this. There's, there are two others for those who are listening. Uh, Maria Oliveira and Kevin Knoll. I will say their name is for.
What is it?
Uh,
20 million dollars? 20
yeah,
million dollars.
$20 million in like pre-2000s money.
Yeah.
So those are
I
big,
don't
big
think
settlements.
I don't think Donald Trump would give a homeless man $1.
No,
So for him to come out of pocket for $20 million doesn't necessarily show innocence to me.
Mm.
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
He's been a scumbag forever. We've known about this shit. Like this is not new stuff. Like you saw the cases from the 90s. We've known about this. Like that's the problem is that it doesn't resonate with his followers because it wasn't a deal breaker then for them.
Well, it
Like
doesn't.
him talking.
Not just
Go
his
ahead.
followers though, Brad, but like remember, like it's like other people too in 2016 and again in 2020 and in 2024. Like we go through this pattern three times. Every time he goes to get elected, we go through this pattern. And people just choose to compartmentalize this. What is that?
I cannot understand it at all. I thought we wanted transparency, and now people are like, well, not really transparency. It's a hoax.
It's a hoax. It's a hoax. Because because what? Because these people are poor, because these people were children at the time, because the people they're accusing are filthy fucking rich.
All these things we knew. He sexualized his own daughter. We knew that. He bragged about going into the dressing rooms of teen pageants. We knew that. It came out of his own mouth, and people just ignored it. It wasn't a deal breaker for them. They're like, yeah, well, oh well.
Yeah.
The trans kids, everybody's trans in your kids. And that's
And that's it. Yeah. 100%. Because that's what I mean, that's what they're doing. I accidentally I thought I had really cleansed my uh list of people on Instagram pretty well of MAGAs. But I still got came across somebody's story, and like it was started with an AI video of like some Somalian guy talking shit about Somalians. Skip past that, skip past another one, and then comes one. Here's the trans person caught masturbating in the bathroom from libs of TikTok, the fucking reliable news source that is. And sure enough, like first of all, the video looks fake as fuck. The whatever. It looks like it's AI or at least doctored, but regardless, let's pretend that this is real. Okay. Uh, all I need to know from MAGA is, are we going to make laws about white straight men? And if the answer is no, then the next words that out of my mouth to you are shut the fuck up. Okay? Because if you look at any crime, any of the ones that you want to talk about, child sex abuse, uh, fraud, money laundering, domestic violence, gun violence, uh, mass shootings, small shootings, serial killers, The list goes on and on and on. And leading the league per capita in all those categories is white dudes. And the thing that you worry about the most about trans people is that they're going to act like white dudes. So maybe shut the fuck up. Maybe shut the fuck up about all of it and like get back to real issues. We have a person murdered in the streets of Minneapolis. We have uh, children, people who were children being raped by some of the most powerful people in the world coming forward to try to tell their stories. And all you people want to talk about is whether somebody was fapping it in the locker room behind a locked door. It happens. It's weird. It's gross. I don't give a fuck. I don't have time to care about somebody fapping in the locker room, dude. It doesn't matter to me. Okay? And it shouldn't matter to you either. Tell the appropriate authorities and have them escorted the fuck out. And don't record people in the locker room, in the bathroom, because that's even weirder. That's even weirder. Okay? It's just strange. I don't know. That was a side.
Every
But
once in a while, you got to go off on a little rant, dude.
I'm
Feels
telling
good in
you,
the soul.
it's been it eats you up a little bit, dude. Like it
You got to
just
get it off your chest. I hear you.
you'll explode if you don't. I'm
Being
gonna
hyper aware of the reality of the news, it gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
Being hyper aware of the world around me has made me sad. And
Yeah,
sometimes you got to get it off your chest. You can't
I,
compartmentalize the whole thing.
I'm already at capacity. It's like I can't have you coming at me being like, hey, look at this, look at this. And then I watch it like you gave me something newsworthy, and it's you being creepy in a bathroom, filming somebody masturbating, being creepy in a bathroom. I don't care. I don't care. Okay. All right. Cool. I did mention the Minnesota thing, so let's flip to Minnesota where police violence, well, you know what? Wannabe police violence is still ongoing as they surge more agents to the area. They are pulling people out of cars. They arrested a kid, perp walked him in the snow. They think this shit's fucking sweet. They cannot stop doing it. They're going to kill another person if they haven't already. There's people going missing. Um, this and there's still people who in Democratic leadership and certainly Republican leadership who won't say enough is enough with this ICE thing. Guys, uh, for me, I think it is not too much to ask of our politicians that this be a red line coming up in this budget, that there should be no funding going to ICE. Am I right?
I 1,000,000% agree. I don't think that our tax dollars should be going to a mass police force in the United States of America.
I
Jake?
agree. Yep, completely agree.
All right. Well, maybe this will change your mind. Okay. Here we have where a lot of that ICE funding goes. It's our friend, the CEO of Palantir, Alex, who gives a fuck. Again,
Alex, as always, we have a lot of individual investors on the line. Is there anything you'd like to say before we end the call?
We're doing it. We're doing it. And I'm sure you're enjoying this as much as I am. Let's not talk to analysts about the burden of being right, our burdens of investing in ontology, our burdens of actually looking at the math, the burden of reading what the rule of 40 is, the burden of being honest about what an enterprise software company is, or the burden of explaining to your friends that you're really happy. Maybe we should just stop talking about it. I'm very happy to have you along for the journey, and you are partners for us. Every Palantirian, we are crushing it. Everyone else who's listening, we are dedicating our company. We have dedicated our company to the service of the West and the United States of America, and we're super proud of the role we play, especially in places we can't talk about. And we love our success in the U.S. and globally. Also, we are doing in the United Kingdom and many other places. Palantir is here to disrupt and make the institutions we partner with the very best in the world, and when it's necessary, to scare our enemies and on occasion kill them. And we hope you're in favor of that. We hope you're enjoying being a partner, and we're
catch that.
the institutions we partner with the very best in the world, and when it's necessary to scare enemies and on occasion kill them.
Holy shit.
Yeah, what jurisdiction do they have to kill? I'm confused.
When did that come into play?
I don't know who the enemies of Palantir are. Unless of course it's like some dwarves or elves or something. But the idea that some random company has a license to kill is crazy. I mean, you think about that company being the largest surveillance company on the planet, that tested software in Gaza. Uh, that's obviously testing software here that has contracts for ICE, that works with the ICE detention centers, where 32 people died last year, deadliest for ICE detention centers on record, and over 1,200 people are just missing in those detention centers. And it's not because they don't know where the fuck we are, you know?
It's new age private prisons, dude. That's all this is new age private prisons, and Palantir is an investor.
Yeah, and a big one. And that guy is clearly, let's forget about math and science and reading. I'm gonna tell you something. Go back to math and science and reading. Do some of that. You don't need to forget about it. Uh, this ICE thing is completely out of control. It is exactly, though, what he said it would be. And somehow, some people are still confused as to why this is happening, including Brainiac Joe Rogan, who, we usually don't play his clips because honestly, because I forget that he exists and I forget to get them and we just go by. But today I remembered. And so here's Joe Rogan. I don't know, this is like one of his synapses in his brain actually fired.
You don't want militarized people in the streets just roaming around, snatching people up, many of which turn out to actually be U.S. citizens that just don't have their papers on them. Are we really going to be the Gestapo? Where's your papers? Is that what we've come to?
Yeah.
Funny how I said that months ago. Crazy how I've already said that months ago.
If only somebody could have told him.
That's crazy.
If only everyone could have said so.
He was so proud of making that connection himself.
He really
He
was.
made like a formal endorsement of Trump. Not only did he vote for him, he made like a formal social media post endorsing Trump.
They have full on slurped that mushroom as hard as they possibly can. They have brought him to UFC events. They fucking gave him entrance music like he's some kind of fucking celebrity. All the while they're like, boy, we gotta find these pedophiles. Tom Homan's on fucking Meet the Press telling people we're gonna find those child rapists. But whatever you do, don't turn around. Okay? Because motherfucker's standing right there. In Detroit today, some people got the opportunity to yell at Trump personally, and they chose to call me pedophile protector, which I think is hilarious. But I would if I have notes on this video, I would say, guys, you can drop the protector, get him to sue you, and get us some goddamn fucking discovery. But, next time. Here's a video of Trump reacting like a very innocent person who has nothing to hide, as usual, as he does.
He was so pissed.
So pissed. For those who can't see, he's mouthing "fuck you" a couple of times, and then gives a tiny little middle finger to the crowd below. These union workers do not have love for Donald Trump. Union leadership might, but union workers do not. There is a severe disconnect there as well.
I'm almost convinced that nobody supports him anymore. Like I have to any person that I see make a dumbass comment on any form of social media, I immediately just check the account just to see if it's a bot or not. And it doesn't matter what platform, because it's all just bots. I know like two humans that still
Not
stand
all,
in
Brad.
solidarity with.
Clearly, you have not been like looking hard enough at our comments lately, especially on the YouTubes.
They do definitely exist. Like they're definitely out there.
But I
And
know two people that are confirmed humans of the 1,000 friends that I have on social media platforms or something, and that's it.
I think, go ahead, Jake.
You've like it's also like your bubble though. You know what I mean? Like obviously you're gonna get your bubble of people. Like you're not gonna get the crazy. Like they're in their own world. They're in the subreddit. They're on 4chan. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they're out there.
That's
It's
true.
just like
Yeah, we just as a society have shunned them.
yeah.
Uh, and they keep trying to poke their head back into it. And it's usually to say something disgusting or to film somebody fapping in the bathroom. Um, it's usually not to be productive or to add anything to the conversation. It's usually to jump in and be like, "Did you see that trans Somalians are eating sports?" or something dumb like that. You know? Uh, ICE is going door to door, by the way, now as well. So very Gestapo. So Gestapo-esque is accurate, but it's worth mentioning because I've seen a few historians post about this, and it is true. You remember that the Nazis learned from the slave patrols here in the United States of America. So really, uh, Trump is just going back to America's roots.
And if a someone running from ICE is to enter a place of business or a home, if they enter on their own accord and you not like wave them, you cannot wave them in. You can't be like, come here, come here, come in, come in. They can safely stay in there as long as you just don't talk to ICE because they need a judicial warrant to get in, and they don't have those. So they can seek asylum inside a house as long as they enter alone, like by themselves.
Nice.
Hmm.
It is very likely that the number of undocumented immigrants in Texas is exponentially larger than that in Minnesota. Just
Mm.
based on sheer numbers, geographically, just kind of makes the most sense. It's weird that there wouldn't be an influx of officers in, oh, I don't know, Texas. That's a stand your ground state or castle law state. It's weird that they go to Minnesota. It's weird.
Well, as long as you vote for Trump too, you're also safe. So those two things do seem to go hand in hand. The I in Idaho, like and also too, like in a lot of those states, they're giving these people up. Like in Idaho, by the way, if you're still buying Idaho potatoes, Idaho decided to call ICE post harvest. They waited until they were done with the harvest and then called ICE on their own workers, which is just peak moron. Um, just stupid. So Wisconsin, I think, is where also they also grow potatoes. If you look at the bag, you can tell the difference. Um, so buy Wisconsin potatoes. All right. So yeah, they're going door to door. The people are all around the world are shocked at this, and we have the World Cup and the Olympics coming up, and people are canceling travel plans to the United States because they don't want to get harassed. Who could have seen that one coming, you know? Um, fucking obviously, uh, people don't want to come to a country where there's a 99% chance you're going to get harassed because they don't look white or they have an
Huge,
accent.
the huge economic potential of hosting the World Cup and the Olympics and just blowing it, just completely blowing it for small business.
Yeah, imagine. But, this is a guy who bankrupted a few casinos. Uh, so he can pretty much fuck up a wet dream. He's threatening to revoke the citizenship of naturalized citizens. He is out here talking crazy still about Iran and Venezuela, uh, where nothing has really changed in Venezuela, but he did um, post a picture of his Wikipedia page, Jake. You have that one? His Wikipedia page where it says that he is now the acting president of Venezuela. Yeah, there it is. Nope. Oh, this is
That's
his
a bit wrong.
fundraising.
Yep, that's the wrong one.
It's all right. That's what it says. It's good enough.
All ugly pictures.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, he said that. And then he also, yeah, this is from the from the desk of the president of the United States, acting president of Venezuela. When he said America first, to be fair, he did not say which America. I
So we're
think it's
not calling him a liar. We just misinterpreted what he was saying. You guys don't
that's
get it.
that's all. You know what I mean? I want to give him credit where it's credit's due. He is putting in America first. Um,
It's very complicated.
very complicated, very complex. You wouldn't understand. You're very low IQ people. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's over your head. The governors of blue states. Now he's threatening to withhold funds to sanctuary cities indefinitely starting February 1st. He has threatened. He's already withheld FEMA funds. He's withheld as many different kinds of funds as possible. It's not in his power to do in the first place. It's clearly not the power of the Article 2 of the Constitution to hold or withhold funds. It's been established by law thoroughly throughout the years. This is not something that the president has the power to do, but he's doing it anyway. Where the fuck are the governors? Am I right? These people want to be the president of the United States. Stop sending the money. Put it in escrow. It doesn't seem that difficult to me.
At all.
At all. You know, you're protecting the citizens because I don't want to pay my fucking taxes, but also I don't want to go to prison because I didn't pay my taxes. Um, and I assume that the software, as shitty as it is, that would be labeled AI and sold to the federal government from Palantir will be able to find my tax return missing, even if it can't seem to figure out any errors in Donald Trump's. You know, so this is really something the governors should be doing. It was discussed briefly by that shitbird Gavin Newsom, who is now saying that he will prevent the billionaire tax from going through in California. So what a fucking hero. What a goddamn hero.
Dude,
Friend of
he's gonna be what the Democrats push too. I already freaking know it.
they still are. I'm happy to say that like the pushback has been pretty severe on this one, but at the same time, he's garbage. And so this last piece here too, like so the Supreme Court appears poised to uphold laws banning trans athletes and states from sports. So if this is like going back to the slave patrols, the Gestapo, the Nazis, and all of the things, people, this is where it starts. This is why it doesn't matter if you, this is why you shouldn't uh, allow for the civil rights of any one person to be taken, because this sets the precedent. If they say that this one group of people does not have civil rights, you are giving precedent to argue against civil rights, generally speaking. So, from a non human standpoint, this is fucked. From a human standpoint, it's fucked. Guys, thoughts on the Supreme Court's likely decision in this case?
They're
They're yeah, they're not letting trans kids play sports.
Yeah.
No, and it's crazy because they're acting like they actually care about women's sports, who is the most thought about, underfunded thing in the world. Like they don't even pay their own athletes, and all of a sudden now they care a huge amount of who's playing inside them. It's crazy. The girls don't care.
No, generally it's not. Riley Gaines cares quite a bit. But Riley Gaines is a fucking loser.
Right. Like they're just picking and choosing when to be hateful because they know it'll work. They know how to slowly get people's rights away from them.
They know that I'm almost telling you that this is like intentional that they're doing it now, cycling for the midterms.
Oh, for
Because
sure.
now the Supreme Court can shut it down, and then they're going to be like, guys, we have our group to hate again. You almost forgot because of all the bad that's happening.
Right. Let's not worry about the actual predators. Let's focus on the fake ones.
Yeah, exactly. Here is a here's the President of the United States in Detroit with some very important words.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That was his impression of Joe Biden coughing. The man with stage like what do you call it? Stage 13 cancer or something. Um, yeah, just
Yeah, that's our president.
that's the President of the United States. So if you're not embarrassed yet, you never will be, I guess. Um, so one more quick video here. This is the MAGA influencer who started it all. This is the one who people are lined up behind. This fucking genius here on the right. That's Nick Shirley, the one who uncovered 8-year-old cases about fraud, demanded entry into your child's fucking daycare, and was denied it. Decided that there was widespread fraud still going on in Minnesota because that's what he was told to say. Blamed it on Somalians, and now we have the murders going on in Minnesota and a full-on invasion by the Trump administration. So let's take a listen to the genius and wisdom of Nick Shirley.
Who do you think are the 3 most benevolent billionaires?
What do you mean by the word benevolent?
Just well-intentioned, positive billionaires who you think are creating, net positive societal progress.
Trump?
Genius. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah.
That's the guy that the MAGA are rallying behind.
He sounds like a baby.
They have started
He
an
has
entire
no presence. It's crazy. He has no actual presence. He talks so blankly.
whole adult human beings are basing their entire life around the reporting, I put in the quotations, of that child, who's not a child. It's actually a grown man, but just a man baby. That man baby. Like this whole thing, a whole invasion of an entire state, a whole murder by federal officers in cold blood on camera because of that more benevolent. And the correct answer to the amount of benevolent billionaires that there are is fucking zero.
Not one.
Not one. You cannot be benevolent and a billionaire at the same time, okay? You fucking chode. Unbelievable. That guy's got so many more followers than us, too. Just
Crazy.
Infinitely more followers.
Do you guys know Pearl Davis?
Yes.
No.
She also got destroyed. Like
Yeah.
deer in the headlights, destroyed on an actual stage where people were actually arguing with her.
What was it against? Is it Aaron?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she debated Aaron on stage and got cooked.
Cooked. And the
It was a
sad
tough
part is the
watch for
crowd's
Pearl.
like, "Come on, Pearl, you got her. Come on, Pearl." Like, shut the hell up. She stood
It
there
was like
like this.
Dude, it was like the scene in 8 Mile where the dude forgets to rap. Like, dude forgets on stage. That's what it looked like, dude. She was Papa Doc. It was tough.
Well, they deserve nothing more. They deserve nothing more than the worst out of life. I'll be honest. Like, I don't wish it on you, but you've brought it on yourself. So I also don't have to feel sorry for you. All right. That's pretty much all the time we have. We got to wrap it up. But I want to thank you guys for being here. Thanks for watching, listening, liking, sharing. Because this stuff does not work its way into the algorithm by itself. It just does not. But it is working its way out of the algorithm, and that is thanks to all of you. So thanks for liking, subscribing. If you haven't done it already, come on. Come on. Do it. Everybody else is doing it. What are you waiting for? You can buy a t-shirt at derealizationnation.com. That helps us defray the cost of this enterprise. You can also sign up for a subscription on Substack that's paid, but all of our stuff is and always will be free. That is our pledge to you. But yeah, until next time, I'm John,
I'm Jake.
And I'm Brad.
and that's what's left.
For a man that demanded transparency in the Epstein files, Bill Clinton didn't show up to his deposition today.
Oh, I want to talk about that so bad.